An analysis of 179 shootings on school grounds, which is a brutal thing to say out loud on its own, found no evidence that the presence of school resource officers lessened the severity of school shootings.
This episode of THR News is brought to you by Euphoria for your Emmy consideration. John Oliver is arguing for increased gun control measures in the wake of the school shooting in Uvalde, Texas last month. Oliver first showed a series of clips from Fox News in which personalities suggested other ways to protect schools in the event of a shooting.
I mean, they have blankets that you can put up on the wall that are colorful and beautiful, but they're ballistic blankets.
What are you talking about? Use a blanket is not a strategy for stopping deaths during a school shooting.
Oliver then showed a clip of NRA Chief Wayne LaPierre arguing for fully funding police departments around the U.S. and noted that in the years after the Columbine school shooting in 1999, data shows that 58% of schools have law enforcement on campus at least once a week, while other resources have been diminished. Oliver cited another study showing that 14 million students are in school that have a police officer, but no counselor, nurse, psychologist, or social worker.
That is 14 million kids who are in closer proximity to a pair of handcuffs than they are to a medical or mental health professional.
Oliver went on to explain that having a police officer on campus doesn't mean that shootings will be stopped either, as the schools in both Uvalde and Parkland, Florida, the site of a shooting in 2018, had officers present at school. He also showed a clip of a high school student explaining that she was arrested for a bombs and explosives violation after doing a science experiment where a cap blew off a plastic bottle.
That is so fucking stupid for so many reasons. One of which is that when you hear felony for a science experiment, you're thinking meth.
Oliver then concluded on his stance.
School police are not the answer to school shootings. The answer to that is gun control.
He continued, kids deserve to be curious, to make mistakes, to go a little too far, to be a little too loud, to basically be a fucking kid. And they definitely deserve better than the fundamental lie that the only thing that can stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy who can arrest a 5-year-old. For more on this story, head to the article on THR.com. And for the latest entertainment news and updates, keep watching the Hollywood Reporter News.